I feel like in our business and everything we do, like we are the expert, we're the top tier. And so when we rely on partners, whether it's an airline or a bank or whatever, we've always reached out to like people who stand out in their field. With our website, because of the nature of the pandemic and we've been so technology averse, we more or less had to partner with someone who, had knowledge where we did not, but this was not something that was their specialty, but it was how we could get it quick to market. So as we recognized that this was something we wanted to do long term and we wanted to maintain a presence on the web, we wanted the professionalism and how we portrayed ourselves in this to match, the excellence that we strive for in every other aspect of our business. Sometimes because of who I am in our industry, people are afraid to say no to me or to make suggestions. So what happens is a lot of times my opinion trumps logic just because they're afraid to upset me or they're afraid to like suggest something that may not, that I haven't originally suggested. And what I really value in working with you, Christine, is that you are the expert and that I trust you and see you in that way. And that I'm great at owning my business, but you also know this is not what I do. And so it's been really nice to work with someone who's not afraid to like, right from the first email, you sent me suggestions or you said, hey, would you be okay if I gave you some feedback to your copy? I can tell you in 15 years of owning my business, 20 years of being in the professional world, not a single person has ever offered to look at my copy, ever. So like that stuck out to me right away because it made me feel like you're really on my team. And so I love that about you. And even like being willing to be flexible, I think that it takes a lot of tact for a professional to kind of see like, is someone blowing off deadlines not committed to the process, or is there something that's really happening? And I think what you've done really well in our instance is like, when I told you, I had COVID and I was in England, or when I told you like, hey, we have this event and something's come up, or someone has dropped the ball and I'm having to pick up slack. You held the line on things that were going to hold up the project, or you were very clear, like, okay, we can make this accommodation, but if we make this accommodation now, this means that my ability to deliver is now impacted. And I feel like not everyone does that. And so when that communication isn't so concise or clear, a lot of people like expect the concession without outlining the consequence. And I'm very much like, I never expect that my request doesn't have, like, I don't expect anyone to pull a 40-hour day to make me meet a deadline. And what I value is that you're very clear on, yes, we can work with you. We get it. This is an unexpected inconvenience. It does mean that we're going to push our date till this. Are you comfortable with that? And then you left it to me to decide, okay, do I really need this time? Like, what's more important to me? Do I need the time now to handle this crisis? Or do I want this website up by the timeline we originally agreed on? And, I think that's a sign of a really good business owner and a really good, like partner. It's really easy. Book an appointment. Here's a link. It's really a combination of your superb organization, your, talent and passion for this line of work have really combined to make this not just another task on my list. It's really become an enjoyable experience. You've built a website that I'm proud of and that I'm excited to show off. But you've also, I think in some ways you've also highlighted some opportunities for me to look at our processes in our business. And that's become a learning opportunity within a service. In dealing with you, I've really benefited from someone who has honed and refined their offerings. It's like having a wedding planner, right? Like you have instinct on what needs to be done, but until you deal with a true expert who is used to doing this, like you're meticulous in your attention to detail. And I think that's such an asset.